You may be wondering if you need an estate plan. Oftentimes people are wondering, well, do I need an estate plan because I don't have a whole lot of assets? What is that asset level that would trigger the need for you to have an estate plan? I would answer that any asset value triggers the need for an estate plan. An estate plan is not just a will or a trust, and it is not just for wealthy people. Of course, wealthy people have an estate plan, and they have one that will avoid estate taxes. So if you have a federal estate tax estate, that means $12.92 million here in 2023. I'm pretty confident you have an estate plan, and if you don't, reach out to your estate planning lawyer. But let's say that you are not in that level. Let's say you're in the 99%, and maybe you are young, maybe you're in your 20s, and you're recently married, or maybe you're just single and you don't even own a home, but you have a bank account, and maybe you just started your 401k at work. Do you need an estate plan? I mean, you don't have that much in assets, you're thinking. Well, obviously, your need for an estate plan isn't as significant as the person with $12.92 million, but that doesn't mean you don't need an estate plan. Let's say that you have under $100,000 in cash and you live in the state of Washington, and then you pass away and you don't have any estate plan. What is going to happen? Well, you will have whomever is going to inherit from you, we'll talk about that in a minute, will have the ability to use what's called a small estate affidavit to capture those assets because you didn't have your own estate plan. Okay, well, who would that be? Who would inherit from you? Well, if you have any children, then they are the ones who would inherit from you. If you don't have children, then it goes up to your parents. If you don't have parents, then it goes out to your siblings equally. And oftentimes people think about this and they go, well, I don't really want, it's not a whole lot of money, but I don't want my 10, 20, 30,000 or whatever it may be to go to my parents. They don't need more money. I'd rather it go to my sibling. If you're a single person, then you'll need an estate plan. I kind of want to back up a little bit. I've been talking about estate plan as if it is only a will. It is not. I guess I'm less concerned about you having a will because there is a mechanism the state has in place to make sure your money goes somewhere when you die. I'm more concerned about the fact that you don't have your durable powers of attorney in place because, in my opinion, the most important legal documents you can have are your durable powers of attorney for finances and for health, and also your healthcare directive. Now, if you're in your 20s, you're thinking, I don't have a whole lot of assets, and you're young and you're healthy. And what you're not thinking about, understandably so, is that you could be in an accident, and that could cause a loss of capacity and disability, or you could suffer some sort of health event, stroke, or something along those lines that leaves you without the ability to manage your own affairs. If you have durable powers of attorney in place, then if that were to occur, you've designated somebody who's going to manage your affairs for you, somebody who has a legal authority to do so, which could be a friend, a sibling, a parent, whatever works for you. If you are among the majority of people who are young with a smaller estate and don't have any legal documents, and if you lose capacity, you are going to become a ward of the state. An ward of the state means that there is somebody, maybe someone you've never met, it doesn't have to be a family member, who's going to be making decisions for you about not just your finances, but your health, your personal affairs. It is giving up all ability to say who is in charge to the state because you have not done your durable powers of attorney. Think of it this way. When I'm talking about an estate plan, I'm not just talking about asset level. Yes, it's important to have an estate plan no matter what your asset level is. It becomes more important as your asset level increases. But for everyone, it is important for everyone to have their living documents, their durable powers of attorney in place to avoid court intervention in their lives. And also, I didn't mention this, but healthcare directives are also called advance directives, living wills. That's where you put in writing what your wishes are in the event that you are at end of life, terminal condition, permanent vegetative condition. Do you want heroic measures, or would you prefer to be allowed to pass? These are really important documents to have if needed. Estate planning is all about making sure that you are protected no matter what happens in your life.